powerful to think about even even the hardest things we like at the Grand Prix, like, "Oh, I'm having trouble with my tempi changes," or, my Piaffe passage, like, what is that? You know? And, like, you gotta break it down. I call it, like, finding the least common denominator, and, like, break it down again. Nope, still not there. Break it down some more. Divide it down. What is the real reason this is not working? Flying change is a perfect example. You do not fix a flying change problem in the flying change. Like you figure out like where is the breakdown? Where is the breakdown of communication that is creating this like mistake or misunderstanding, right? And it's so important too when you run into trouble, be like, is it the horse not understanding the skill? Like, does he not get what I'm saying? Or is he not strong enough to be able to produce what you're asking? You know, I think that's always a really great question I tell my trainers to think about. Like, you know, what is that? Is it a lack of strength or does he not understand? You know, because again, we always talk about in Charles, you know, these are Charles's words of horses get to the Grand Prix by the two S's, strength and skill. And so we have to like teach them the skill and then develop the strength through that. And again, like it all comes down to the basics. And so it was cute because the girls were riding today and I was like, Ashley, what do you think when like why would you say the basics are so important? And she was like, "Well, because the foundation is what everything is built upon." And I'm like, "Yeah." So that was like my first bullet point in my notes. So I'm glad that was the first thing that came to her mind too, because we're kind of like one mind. So she's the blonde version of me. We're sisters, but we're actually not sisters, but we are. So, yeah, I'm like, yep, that's my first bullet point. That, like, just like a house, like everything that comes after, you know, the exciting shutters or the really great, um, you know, uh, front porch, you know, or whatever. Like it all has to be on this solid foundation. And if there are problems there, you are just going to be in great danger of big trouble coming later. So I love that she had said that. And then Jess was getting finished, and I was like, Jess, what do you think when you like if you were to get on a horse and say, um, this horse has really good basics. I'm like, how would you describe that? You know? And she's like, well, I really like the feeling that a horse like walk trots and canters and it's really easy and it responds to the leg and it just carries me in a nice natural way. I'm like, all right, I like that too. Because what I said was I would describe good basics as a horse happy to round his top line, give to pressure from the leg and the rein, and carry me somewhere with interest and intention. And I was like, I like those two words too, because I want the horse to be interested in the conversation with me. Like, oh, hey, what are we doing today? You know, instead of like, oh God, like here she comes again. Ugh. You know, it's like, oh, great, I get to be ridden. I can't wait what we're gonna do today. Because I want the horse to look forward to it. I want it to feel good for his body. I want it to be interesting to his mind. I want him to feel successful and proud of himself. And when I feel that from a horse, like that makes me happy, you know? And that's, yeah. And like when I talk about also like, I want the horse to be able to like give to pressure. Uh, Stefan is always great about calling it cooperation. That you know, I want the horse to be able to like go forward from my leg happily. And I want the horse to soften to my hand easily and happily. And it's not that it's just like submission and like, I'm gonna make you do it. And I gotta like pull teeth and like, ah, you know, it's like, hey, we're just like getting ready to do our partnership, literally like a dance partner. Not that I'm on a dance theme or anything, but it is that feeling of like you hold your hand out and it's like, okay, come with me. let's go do this thing together. It's not me making you dance or me pulling you along to dance with me. Like, I want you to want to dance with me as much as I want to dance with you, you know? And so I love that idea too.